Hey, Bikeaholics, Patch Addict has premium embroidered patches for every passion. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/patch addict. Type in LAB-140, that's LAB-140 at checkout for 15% off your next purchase. And now, straight from the Law Abiding Biker Media Studio,
out of sunny Yakima, Washington,
we bring you another episode of the
#1 listen to motorcycle podcast.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
Lurch, I just got a question for you. Do you feel a little pimp in your soul today?
Just a little bit. I'm feeling I got a little kick in my step.
Do you got you some ladies that you slap around? Does it make you feel better when you're riding pimp style with your new Ciro 3D shock and awe LED lights and Fork Mounted Illuminators?
I don't know about all the slapping around, but yeah, feeling pretty pimpish with the lights on the bike.
Dude, you look like a pimp. We just need a pimp hat for you, dude.
Big old fedora with a feather hanging out of it.
Oh, yeah, dude.
A chalice, a cane, maybe an overcoat of some type.
Lurch does. We're excited, dude. That would be sweet, man. Oh, I like that. Oh, dude, that would have been badass to put in, do that in the video, dude. Do like a little session in the video for YouTube of you rolling in the cape, dude, and stuff. This playing right in the background, dude. Lurch going down with his cape.
Yep, flapping in the breeze.
And his pimp hat, dude, just flapping. And you could just have like a hoe on the back, dude, and just take your cane and reach back and just whack her on the head one, dude, and then just give the piece as the camera goes by.
Again, I don't know about all this violence. I don't subscribe to it.
Dude, we got a great show for you guys. We should just, you know what, enough goofing around. But I feel like you just have extra pimp in you today and just a glow in your eyes, dude. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. But all right, let's get back to frickin' business here, huh? Hey, Bikeaholics and listeners alike, the show is still going strong because of a lot of hard work and your support, of course. Thanks to all those loyal listeners and true friends of the show that have supported us or are supporting us. For less than a coffee a month, you can help support us too and put a little fuel in the law-abiding biker gas tank to make sure this show keeps moving on down the road. So, calling all law-abiding bikers, head over to our Patreon page and take action today. You can do so at lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Oh, did I mention there's benefits too? From all your friends at lawabidingbiker.com, we appreciate each and every one of you. God bless and ride safe. We don't promote pimping on this show, Lurch.
No pimping.
We're just making jokes. We don't promote slapping your hoe, and we don't promote hitting them with a cane either. Okay?
I think
just know that, because if you do it, we're not backing you on that.
I think the only violence we promote is punching your clown.
You're correct. We do a lot of violence around here when it comes to that. Straight up. Oh my God, we are live. We're live, Lurch. YouTube live. If you haven't been part of the live experience, you need to. lawabidingbiker.com/live. There's a sign-up page over there. The only emails you'll get over there is when we go live, and that's why these very people in the live chat are here, and it's an exciting experience. Oh, yeah, we're trying the new Super Chat. I'm turning Super Chat. Send a Super Chat right now.
What's it going to do?
See what it looks like here on my screen?
Yeah.
I'm sending a Super Chat. Oh, no. Okay.
Oh.
So, see, people can send a Super Chat, and that's new, guys. I just want to, up front here, show you that. So, on the chat, we can go back to live chat. You can, in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little $sign that says Super Chat of your chat, guys. You can hit that, and if you like what we're saying, if you want to hear what we're saying, you can send a Super Chat. And you can donate if you want. That's up to you. We're not telling you have to, but it's new for YouTube, and a lot of creators are using it. And it basically, by super chatting, you pin your comment to the top for a while, depending on how much you chat. And of course, all that goes to us to help support this show and all that, because we spend a lot of time and effort. So if you want to super chat us. It's the first time we've used it, and we'll check that out. But welcome back. And yeah, I did a completely different intro, and that's the way it goes sometimes. We do have one question before we get started. What are you waiting for, Bikeaholics?
Mount up and let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
Mm-hmm. Right there, you heard it from none other than Lurch, who's been just a champ today and supporting me, doing our usual first day off, and ripping it up in the law-abiding biker garage. There he is for you guys. There you go. Ready? Wait for it. And he's in charge of the on-air light over there. You guys live can see. We have it on this time.
It's on.
Somebody always bust our chops about it. All right, cool. So we got Eric Showers, Russell Roberts, Darwin Chang, bunch of patrons in there. Matt Pass is in there. Matt, good to hear from you, buddy. Dar Chang, I said that. Some of them I don't know. I just don't know them by this name. Osmic1, Pimpin' from SoCal, sweet. Spider Monkey, I think short for Spider Monkey 443. Hey, from LD's house. Who's that?
I don't know.
From LD's house.
Somebody was over at LD's house, though.
All right, at least, hey, and I'm just teasing you guys. At least like Russell Roberts and Darching, they use their real name, so I know who you are. And Matt uses his real name, and then we got people like Spider MO443. I don't even know who you are. I probably know you, but I don't know that name. So use your damn real name. I'm teasing.
Monkey.
We're just glad to have you in there. Well, it says Spider MO. I'm guessing, dude. Craig A. U. All right, cool.
I think
Craig
that's Yo.
Okay. So, but we got an awesome subject for you guys. We're going to break it down. We have been in the garage all day. We've been working hard right up to this very minute. We had audio technical difficulties, but we wanted to get a live episode out to you guys via YouTube. Again, the super chat is at the bottom, and I push on it, Lurch, and see, that's what it says. It says send a super chat, and then you can send a super chat. So if you guys want to play with that, that's cool. It's up to you. And it's right at the bottom of your chat box. I assume if somebody can let me know, I want to see how it is on your end, I believe, because it looks a little different on my end. Can you see that, Lurch, in your chat?
Yeah, it's at the bottom left hand.
So hit it and see what happens.
Okay.
And send a super chat, and then you can cancel out if you want, but at least it shows what's up. Oh, so we have his bio. He said, you know me, Spider MO443. You know me, you have my bio.
Oh, okay.
Sort of brown. So
sure.
Yeah, all right. So we know who that is. Cool from Cali. Cool. We'll probably in the future talk more about that going on. All right, cool. Did you hit it?
Well, I can hit it, but I don't know how to send anything because I don't know I have anything attached to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, you just send it. It's just a Google Wallet. If you have a Google Wallet,
I don't have any.
Yeah, but anybody can set it up. It's just your YouTube account, and you attach a credit card to your YouTube account, just like anything else. Well, you don't have to.
I'm gonna try it. Let's see what happens.
But what happened? Did you hit super chat? Did it say send a chat? The big blue button, send a super chat.
Oh, yeah. It says complete my purchase. I don't even know what Visa card that is. Yeah,
you probably entered it before for other stores. Use Google Checkout and things like that. And if you didn't, it will ask you to enter it, and it's no big deal. But
yeah, okay. So then let me see which one that is.
It's that easy.
Okay, 3.
See,
I don't even know what the hell.
You've used Google Wallet before. You just didn't know. A lot of stores, online stores, incorporate that. Hey, what's up, sissy? Come here. Be careful of the cords.
I just literally checked every one of my debit cards, and that number's not active anymore, so I can't send it.
Hey, hang on. I want you to look at that camera over there. This is my young daughter. We're live on YouTube.
Oh no, I'm in a bra.
You're in a bra. Oh, geez, she is. It's a little tiny baby top shirt. You're live. Do you want to get out of here? If apparently it doesn't matter. She's going to ask me the question now. What's up? Upstairs? You can, but I'm live on YouTube, so I got to get back to live YouTube. I can't come down there when I'm live.
You're killing the podcast,
You're killing the podcast. You can stay home. Just tell Mom I can't come down. I'm live. All right. Say hi. Wave on your way out. This is my 7-year-old.
Over there.
The camera's over there. Right up there. Stand up. Stand up. And then we got to get back to business. Right over there on the whiteboard. There's a cord going to it. All right. See ya. Love ya. All right. That's one of my daughters, my youngest. All right. Sorry, we got off track, but that is Nalia. All right. So let's get into it. We do have a new free video. Do you want to announce this? I'll just announce it since I did this. You don't know much about this. So a new free video, guys, if you want to check it out, because we're going to be talking about it. Ciro 3D, sponsor of the show. You're going to hear mid-rolls and pre-rolls. They care about the biker community. They're supporting us. And I did a free vlog. Of course, it's a vlog, but it's Ciro 3D, innovative products for Harley-Davidson motorcycles. We got mail, vlog 43. You can get it, lawabidingbiker.com/vlog, VLOG 43, right on our YouTube channel. You can search for it. We got a whole bunch of products sent from them. And this is one of the products that we got sent from them. We're going to do videos throughout the year for our YouTube channel. You'll be hear us talking about these particular products. I'm not going to mention them all on this episode, just not enough time. We want to get to business. But anyways, this is one of the products that was sent to us, and it is Ciro 3D shock and awe.
Ooh.
Dude, I need something badass for that. It just sounds so cool. I don't know if I
like
have
some bombs going off and some machine gun fire.
Yeah, dude, the shock and awe. I don't even know if I have anything on my soundboard that would do the shock and awe justice, dude. Yeah, maybe this. Let's see. Anything? The shock and awe.
That'll work.
That's right. But and Fork Mounted Illuminators. Please, guys, if you want to check out Ciro 3D, I'm going to put it right in the link in the live chat here, and it is right there. Use it. Click through. If you guys do end up purchasing anything from them, we do believe in them. They wouldn't be sponsoring us, so I wouldn't even accept anything from them if I didn't believe in their products. We're getting more familiar with their products. They're a pretty squared away company, and that's what we got, LED lights, and we chose that we were going to put it on Lurch's bike. And that's what we did on his 2015 Road Glide Special. Anyways, check out that vlog that I just talked about, and you can see the rest of the products if you feel like it. But today we're specifically talking about that. All right. And it is absolutely pimping, and we're liking it a lot, and we learned a few things in the process too. Excuse me.
You all right?
I'm fighting a cold, dude. And now I got to talk. You may have to take over for me.
Boy, you're just falling apart on me, man. You're getting old. Once you got over 40, you just fell apart.
I know, dude. Why don't you talk about it a little bit?
About the shock and awe?
Just in general about how it came, your first impression of it, the packaging, the boxing, the quality of it before we talk about install.
Yeah, it really impressed me just with the amount of packaging. It was in the way it was
looked professional.
The look of it is very professional. Good packaging. Got into it, and it's not some cheap wiring. It's some pretty good stuff. The LEDs are all weather LEDs. The wiring is all heavy gauge. It's a nice product. It's not a cheap piece of crap.
Oh, Z Monster says, I thought Big Daddy said he was going to be there. Okay.
Yeah. He might be here. I heard a bike pull up as we were talking. And if he is, he should just come up and jump on the mic.
You heard a bike?
I heard a bike pull in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it at all.
Oh, yeah.
He said he wasn't going to be here because his daughter's car broke down. And then he was having big problems trying to get her car removed. And then they had to, I think it went down bad, and they had to go look at another car or something.
Yeah, they're
like
looking at buying a new one.
So he got all screwed up, but he may be here. We're going to do another episode later tonight. We may do it live. I'm not sure. I didn't put out an email on it, but somewhere around 9 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time, if we do that. I'm going to try it'll be YouTube Live, but I'm going to try doing it on my phone and then having that over there instead of this streaming feed.
Right.
And just set a phone on a tripod and plug it in over there.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, I'm going to see how it works. I just want to try always different stuff to see what works best. It might be actually a better feed than this because I'm getting a delay on this and stuff like that. So anyways, enough about that. So it is really quality. Their website is squared away if you guys check it out.
Very impressive website.
It is.
Easy to use, easy to navigate. A lot of information on there. They have a lot of videos on there as well. Some are made by them, some are others. It looks like customers have sent them of the different lights. So you can go on there and look at all their lighting and get a real good idea of what you're buying before you purchase it.
Yep, but no install videos.
Well,
imagine that. So we're going to do a complete install video on this LED lighting, which we did today. We filmed it all raw. And tonight, the reason we have such a busy day, we're going to go out and get some shots right after this podcast, which is why we did it early. Right at dusk, I need to get shots. I need to get out, and I have a window so that we can have enough light to film, but have the lights look good in a dusk setting so you can really get the feel of them, because that's going to be incorporated in the video. So we get done here. I grab film gear. We go do that. Then we eat dinner somewhere in there. And then after that, we do another podcast, and we already filmed all day. So this has been kind of the process that we're doing. But yeah, Dar Chang, the video should be pretty cool. It will be, as we do here, step by step from start to finish without skipping any steps. Rob likes it when I say that, LD. And it'll be the only video on YouTube on this. Believe it or not, we always do that. We do our research before we put out videos. And of course, they'll probably, Ciro 3D will end up probably, I imagine, embedding it on their website so that there's a install video there. Lurch did all the work. I filmed it. Look who's here. He is here, dude. You did hear a bike.
I told you I heard a bike coming in.
Hey, since when is it okay to wear boots up in the Law Abiding Biker studio?
Oh, good Lord.
Dude, seriously. Come just at least say hi to the camera.
Camera's live right there.
Just look into the camera.
Put that ugly mug in front of that.
Big Daddy Kane, that was awesome, dude. Big Daddy Kane is here. We didn't think he was going to make it. We'll get him on a mic here in a second. But where was I, Lurch, on Ciro 3D LED lighting?
Well, before you had a coughing fit and started losing your voice.
No, I was just talking about the video we're doing.
The video.
And they'll probably...
Installation video.
They'll probably end up embedding it on their site and grab him a pair of muffs.
I did.
Sweet. Your mic should be on, Big Daddy. D's, dude. You really made it. I can't believe it. You didn't want to miss out on this. So where we're at, Big Daddy, is we've already did an intro and we are live. We got super chat going on if people want to super chat us, and you get your comment pinned to the top. And also we've already talked about Ciro 3D and all the products and the vlog I did on their products. And basically what we're getting into now is basically the install and what we kind of did today. You want to say anything to the audience since you're sitting down, you caught your breath, you need something to drink, or you're okay?
I'm good. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I was out car shopping. I had a car breakdown yesterday for my daughter. So,
well, the audience is glad you're here because people are already asking where you are, dude. Because somebody said in here, I can't. Z Monster said I thought Big Daddy said he's going to be here. He said it in the Facebook group. I could be wrong, and I told him yes, but you did hear a motorcycle.
I heard it.
Look at you, cat-like fucking ears over there, dude. Mm-hmm. Just like a cat.
Was that
Do
Chola?
Cats have good ears?
Yeah, it was Chola.
Sounded like it. Told you.
I want Matt to...
Do cats have ears? Of course they do.
No, do they have good ears? Because I said he has cat-like ears. I don't even know if they have good ears.
I see. What were you going to say there, Big Daddy?
Oh, I'm excited to be here. Made it on time somehow, and interested in letting Lurch take a look at my throttle on Chola. I just replaced the grips, and so after we're done, if he's got a few moments, I'll let him adjust it for me.
Yeah, at some time when we get everything else done, we need to dial in his throttle cables there. So it's got good response, snaps back, and
we got an awesome free video on that.
We do.
Yeah, but and then he can just have you do it.
Exactly.
Because he's got the guy with the hands in the video. So there you go, guys. The LED lighting is very, very quality. There is a lot of cheap LED lighting, I'll tell you. There is a lot of companies making LED lighting, even for your home. There's some cheap stuff my wife bought off Amazon, and they wonder why it doesn't work. It's like so thin, paper thin, and they wanted to put it around
underneath the cabinets or something?
No, not even that good. I wouldn't even allow that. It was like to go in their little computer arm wire.
Oh, okay.
And it lasted like a day. And then if you pull it at all, it rips apart. So be careful about LED lighting when you're buying it for your motorcycle. Yes, some of it's more expensive. You get what you pay for. This stuff, I've compared it to others, and it is like thick and sealed. This system is amazing from Ciro 3D, this LED lighting. We'll get a little bit more into it, but it's got an app, a Bluetooth via wirelessly. Your app, you can control. It also has a controller knob. We're going to break this down. I'm just giving you an overview. Again, it's very, very thick compared to any LED lighting that I've felt before. And it has multiple functions, like 21 different functions, and it's weather sealed. It's got 3M sticky tape for mounting it. And of course, we get the best of shots in our video. I hope to have that video out in the next month for you guys, hopefully sooner, but I've got so many video projects. But I was very impressed in the quality of it when we first unboxed it and got it out of the package.
You know, earlier when we were talking about adding different lights to the package and we didn't see it on their website, it's actually in there. So if I could go in and buy an extra pod or an extra strip and add it to it.
Okay, so you can continually add on.
I
wonder how many you could run. I mean, it doesn't use that much.
LEDs don't use a whole lot. You could probably run several. Right now, there's 4 different. There's 3 pods. No, those are shorter strips, and then there's what they call the strip, which is the big long one that goes under the gas tank. So you could easily add a couple more if you wanted to. You just get to a point where it's a little bit overkill, and where you're going to stick them all.
Yeah, that's cool. And I forgot. I'm glad you mentioned that you could keep going on with the line of LED lights, because it's kind of like I don't want to relate it to this, but I am, and it's kind of like Christmas lights. Yeah, end one strip and the next strip plugs into the end of that strip, and then you can split them. There's splitters, and so you could come off one and then go 2 and split it and stuff like that. I want to thank these people real quick. Do you want to thank them, Big Daddy? These are patrons. They stepped up to the plate and they freaking support us.
Yeah, we got Tim Brown of Bullsbrook, Australia. He's a top tier. We really appreciate that. We also have Greg Doncaster of Australia as well.
Glenmore Park.
Yeah, he's purchased a few things from us too, and so that's pretty cool to see these names. And of course, T.J. Wilson of Lebanon, Missouri.
Yeah, sweet. Do the next three.
Okay, Paul Green of DeMotte, Indiana, top tier, and of course Jonathan Holen of Kennewick, Washington, top tier, and Klaus Dieter of Chiang Mai, Thailand, top tier. Man, we've got people from all over the world. That is fantastic.
Thailand. Did you hear that? Jonathan Holen, right out our back door, an hour away.
Yeah.
Down in your neck of the woods, down in Tri-Cities, Washington State.
Yeah, that guy has been very active lately, not only in the Patreon, but also he's purchased a Vance & Hines exhaust, FP3,
From your store, right?
Yeah, from the store. And he contacted Ciro 3D and ordered a bunch of lights and filler strips and bag lights and everything from him just on our referral. That's how much he trusted us. That's amazing.
And he went above and beyond and told Ciro 3D that he was buying it because of us, didn't he? And he bought a shitload of stuff.
Yeah, he did. And he said, I want the best. This is my dream bike and I'm going to do it. What do you recommend? And I said, this company sent us stuff. It's legit. It's solid, heavy duty. Go with it. He trusted us on it and he says he's loving it.
Yeah, that's freaking sweet, man. Yeah, he got a brand new Road Glide Special, right?
Yeah, it's either new or a year or so old.
Oh, that's right.
I think he moved over from Seattle and headed over to our neck of the woods in the southern part of the state.
Sweet. Don't forget to support your veterans, guys. Event Horsepower for Veterans Motorcycle Run Show and Fundraiser 2017. I did a website article on with all the details, lawabidingbiker.com/HFV2017. The event page, of course, you can get over there. It's just search for it, guys. But just go to the website and search for Veterans Motorcycle Run 2017. Date and time, Saturday, June 24, 2017 at 0900. That's 9 a.m. Location, I believe it's S5300 State Route Road 37 in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Support your veterans, those people. I'm doing it for free. I'm announcing their event because I care about the people that serve this country and I want to support them. And so I have no problem putting that out on this podcast. Please support them if you guys are interested in that event. All right. So I had a dream, Matt, about your LED lights, and I want to tell you about this little dream. Okay?
Oh, God.
Well, no, it's you should probably plug your ears, Big Daddy, because I don't know.
I need innocent dreams.
The frickin' visuals you're going to have tonight while you're trying to sleep. So I had a dream, Lurch.
Oh, dream sequence.
Dream sequence. And we are monitoring the chat, guys. But Jonathan Holen's in there, isn't he?
Craig Corbin says he saw you riding by his work the other day and wants to know if you skip work to go riding on a sunny day. So Craig Corbin must be local here. Was I on my police bike or my personal bike? Ask him. Because somebody went up, a lot of guys know me around here, and they'll see another motors officer, and somebody said somebody asked for me, and it was like, is he? So I don't know, dude. Because I know a lot of people, not just because of Lab, but just because I grew up around here. So you get people asking for me. But so the dream personal bike,
on my personal bike, yeah, I don't know what day that was. It may have been I had to take 2 days off because my wife had surgery and a minor day surgery. So I may have been out running errands. It may have been that day. So the dream I had, and this is the stuff that I dream about, the stress I have. So
I don't even know if I want to hear about this.
Yeah, right, dude. And so,
was I clothed in your dream?
So it included a bottle of baby oil. It included disco LED lights. And there's Buddy the studio dog. So did you hear that, Lurch? It included baby oil.
Yep.
It included disco LED lights, Ciro LED lights on the seal. No. But it gets better. So I was stressed because I want to get this video done, and I've got so many videos going on. So I had a dream that we did the Ciro. We didn't know much about Ciro 3D, and we got their stuff. And for some reason, I already knew it was quality, but in my dream, I was like, I don't know much about this company. And they sent us this kit, and it was like the ugliest lights. And I was like, how do we do this? I mean, I'm not going to frickin' put this out on my YouTube channel. I'm not going to support this company if it looks like, and this is just a dream, guys. Ciro's actually awesome. But we went on and you're like, well, don't film it. Let's just at least check it out so we can talk about it. Cause if it's bad, we want to tell people about it. So let's install it. And you installed it, dude. And it was like, I referred to Christmas lights earlier, and you got it on, and it was like the old bulbs, dude, the old Christmas light bulbs, blue and
the
green.
big old Hurricane things.
Yes. And the thing is, you liked it. And I was like, dude, you are so stupid. And I was trying to tell you, I'm like, and you put it across the bottom of your tank and stuff, and it's these big old fucking Christmas bulbs, dingle balls, dude. And it wasn't even LED, and it was like big, thick cords and stuff. And you were trying to justify that this was okay. And you were driving around with this just dumbass Christmas lights dangling off your bike, dude, and it just looks stupid. And I was stressed about it because I was like, I was calling Rick, and I was like, Rick, you're gonna have to tell Ciro that just tell him nicely that their stuff sucks, and don't tell Lurch because he likes it. And I was trying to do this whole feud about don't tell Lurch because he thinks he's cool, but cancel him, bro. All right, that's a dream, dude. We're getting out of the dream. Ciro rocks, man. But that was the kind of stressful dream I had. All right, there you go. That's what I go through. That's a little look into my psyche.
Did you have something spicy before you went to bed?
I don't know, dude. I probably had 2 mules or something.
Oh,
I probably had 2 mules.
Some Moscow mules.
Moscow mules, bro.
Too much Benadryl or something. Went into a dreamscape.
Did you guys like that dream? And no, it didn't. It wasn't a great dream. It was actually a stressful dream. But there you go. And the stuff that goes through my head. I don't tell you all my dreams because people would probably think I need to go to a institution or something.
See a psychiatrist,
right?
Yeah, why don't you just keep the rest of them to yourself?
Yeah, especially the dirty ones. Keep them to yourself. We're a clean family show here.
We're trying, that's for sure. All right, Lurch, talk about the LED lighting and the install. I'm just going to let you roll with it, and then if you have questions, jump in. Big Daddy, we're going good on. We're good. I was thinking we started at 4. We started at 4:30, so we're good. We talked about the quality of it, and then why don't you tell them how this little thing sets up, start at the battery where we did, and kind of some things you learned about the different extensions and the splitting and kind of, and then we can get into the Bluetooth a little bit and how you can control multiple zones or channels, and let's just roll with it.
So the kit that we got is a Bluetooth kit. There is also one that just is controlled by a rotary knob. So this kit that is on my bike does both. You can control it by a rotary knob that has a push button. You can push it in to turn it on and go through different settings and turn it off. And then the rotary, you can turn it to change colors or the brightness of it. In addition to that, I can also control it with an app from my phone. So it could be sitting outside the local watering hole, and we can be sitting inside and playing with the app and turn it on and off and all that. So that's pretty neat. And it's really a pretty simple system to install. It's got a positive lead and a negative lead that you hook right to the battery, or if you want, you could hook it to some switch power. The only downside of that is your ignition or your accessories that have to be on then to use the lighting. And in most states, you can't use this lighting when you're going down the road.
We'll talk about laws in a little bit. I wouldn't say in most states.
In some states.
Some states, yeah.
So we'll get more into that in a little bit. But so if you want to be able to use it when your ignition's off and you're parked and you want to be able to turn it on, then you want to hook it right to the battery. We decided to hook it right to the battery, and then it goes into a relay and a Bluetooth, I don't know what you want to call that, block. And out of
Bluetooth block, power block.
Yeah, there you go, power block. And so that has power in, and then it has a out that goes to the rotary knob, which we mounted below the gas, near the gas tank and the seat, kind of in an area where I can reach it if I was wanted to while I was riding. And then it's got 2 zones that go out from that. So depending on what you hook up, you can do different things with it. You can have a left and a right side of the bike.
Because there's 2 channels coming out, right?
Channels, thank you. Yeah,
it has 2 channels.
They call it channels. So there's 2 channels, and you can do 1 channel on the left side of the bike and 1 channel on the right side of the bike. Or you can have the LEDs that are around the motor on 1 channel, and then the Fork Mounted Illuminators on a separate channel. And that's what we decided to do. So we used channel 1 to light up the motor and channel 2 to light up the front wheel. And it's pretty easy to install. You got, like I said, you have those channels that come out 1 and 2, and then you have Y adapters, and you also have extensions. So you just plug it in like Christmas lights, like you were saying. We used one Y adapter so that we can run lights up around the motor, and then one light down on the one side to go into the horn, and on the other side underneath the air cleaner. And then the second channel we ran to the front Fork Illuminators,
which they're the front. I put in the live chat And then in the show notes, of course, if you're listening to this in podcast format later, I will put links to the products we use. All we ask is that you guys drop Ciro 3D a line when you order from them and just tell them that it's all because of Law Abiding Biker that you heard about them and why you trust them and why you're using them. That helps us. I'm looking here. Shock and awe. So we'll talk about this in a minute. Oops.
And before we actually did the installation, I went and mocked everything up to get an idea of where stuff was going to go and where I need to put my splitters and how long of extension I need in certain areas. I'd highly suggest that when somebody does that,
right,
that they do that first. You could, I suppose, you could just slap them where you want them and then use the necessary length adapters and splitters to get there. But I wanted to make sure that everything was long enough and in the right place. So we mocked it up before we did it, and then the install was fairly simple. You just make sure you clean the surface real well, what you want to stick them to, and you put them where you want them. Now, you can go and put everything along the backbone, pull your tank off, put everything along the backbone so that it lights it up from the backbone, but then you wouldn't, and what we decided is you wouldn't get maximum illumination down the side of the motor. You'd be just kind of lighting it up down the middle, so we actually stuck it to the underside of the tank out of view.
Yep. Good. And again, these things, so basically what it does is, like Lurch said, and did you mention we're running the 2 channels?
Yeah.
We're running so he can do those separate. We'll talk about the app.
You could actually run the channels instead of the motor and the wheel. You can go left and right. Because
you might just get the shock and awe kit. The Fork Mounted Illuminators, which
separate.
They're separate. So if you were just using the regular shock and awe kit, what could you do with the 2 channels?
You could run one channel on the left side and one channel on the right side if you'd like to.
Which would allow you to do what?
You can run one color on the right and one color on the left, or you can have the right side flashing, the left. I mean, they do different things. You can have the left side doing what they call breathe, where it fades in and fades out. You can just, I don't know why, we decided that it'd be cooler to have the wheels separated from the motor, so that's the way we did it.
Right.
We use the channels that way. But you can definitely, even with the front fork illuminators, you can still run a left and a right side because you can run the fork illuminators into the end of the strip from the motor, if that makes sense. Like the Christmas lights, it just plugs right in.
Then it would be
left and a right.
It would be left and right, even with the fork illuminators. Right. And so you got some leadway there on what you want to do. Now the ones we did that we put them in pretty much the way Ciro recommends it. In the same positions, right?
Right. We looked at their instructions, and
I don't see a lot of other options really.
There really isn't.
Yeah, they pretty much use the space available.
Right.
And
you want them. I mean, you want them fairly hidden, I think, so you're not necessarily looking at it all. But when you turn it on, you want it to illuminate the motor,
right?
The chrome. So by putting the long strips underneath the gas tank, that shines down onto the sides of the motor and the top even. And then we've got some up underneath the seat and some up underneath the backbone.
The seat, kind of right.
I don't know what you call that, but it's
right at the neck. We have them too.
We have a couple up at the neck,
at the front where they shine on the front head,
right?
Which really pop because that front cylinder is a little bit lower, the way the motor sits in there and the tank and all that, so it really pops that front cylinder.
There's one inside the air or the horn,
which is horizontally stuck in there with 3M, and it points back towards the motor.
Right. And then the other one's underneath the air cleaner,
which actually pumps right down onto the timing cover.
Yeah.
And lights up that whole V right there, if you guys know what I'm talking about, where the push rods go up. And it's pretty strategic placement. I mean, you could move it around, but I really don't. I was thinking while we were doing the project, I don't really see a whole bunch of different ways and areas that you could put the strips. Now, some are called, go ahead.
The big difference is where we mounted the long strips underneath the tank, stuck them to the bottom of the tank, you could put them down the neck, down the backbone.
Okay, I'm tracking right. But you would block a lot of light.
Yeah, you wouldn't get as much illumination from it.
I agree.
And there was a question about which colors are illegal, and such as reds and blues. We'll get into that when we start talking about the laws.
Yep, we will.
Or at least Washington anyways.
Yes, we have some notes, and in the show notes here we will. Where's Buddy the studio dog going? He's pissed because you took his mic, dude. You took his mic, Rick. You're awfully silent over there.
I don't know about that. He was over here loving up on me. So
was he? All right, buddy.
I think maybe you taught him to finally leave the room to go fart instead of sitting here and crapping on my hip.
No, I didn't feed him any scraps today. Come here, buddy.
I appreciate that. That was very nice of you.
So I'll hold Buddy for a little bit. So where was I? I can't remember, dude. Oh, but there wasn't a lot of areas that you would do different. And this really, I think, and you'll see it in our video when we release our video, exactly where we put them, and it'll probably work best for you too. And it doesn't matter if it's a cruiser, you can put these on other bikes too, which I'm going to talk about. Let me.
And they give you enough extensions, short and long, and splitters to really put them wherever you want. The idea is to put them in areas where you can hide the wiring and hide the strips so that you really don't see them when they're off. You want to, I think they should be kind of stealth, right? You don't want them like on the side of the tank.
Right.
You want it up underneath, hidden, where you're not really going to see it. It's not going to detract from the beauty of your bike.
Unlike my dream, right?
But when you turn it on, it lights up the bike and provides the most lighting you can on the motor. So it's up to you where you put them. Their instructions show the suggested locations, and like you said, there's not a whole lot of other places to put them, but there is flexibility with all the different adapters they give you and the extensions. And as I was mentioning earlier, you can go on and order different extensions. They've got 20-inch extensions, 14, 10, 6. So you can, if you need longer and you want to move them, you can order extra extensions and extra splitters. So it's very customizable. I didn't look because I was busy on the production end of it filming. Did you use all the connectors, or there's a lot of shit left over? I had quite a few parts left over, which I kept.
There's like 14-inch extensions and 20-inch extensions that we used.
Yeah, there's 10-inch. There's several 6-inch ones. There was 120. I think there was a 114, 110, several 6-inch ones. Okay. So it's very customizable, but if you do want to move it and say you want to take something back and stick it up underneath your rear fender somewhere, you could do that. You just need longer extensions. So,
right.
Or underneath the saddlebags. That might look kind of cool too.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can put it on.
Doing the ground. Nice, Big Daddy.
Yeah, you can put this stuff wherever you want. If I wanted to run something back and throw it underneath the saddlebags like he's saying, you can do it. It's very customizable. You'll just have to order some extra parts. If you want to put it in the stock locations, you'll have plenty of stuff to do it with. If you want to get a little funky and do something out of the box, you may have to order some different longer extensions.
Right. Good call. Good call, dude. And yeah, we are going to get in a little bit later in the episode into some of the laws, and because I know that is an issue. I'll just leave that at that right now.
Make a note. Get back to it.
You can do this on other bikes too, guys. You can, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a street glide. I'm probably going to do it on some other bikes.
You're going to put it on the Lowrider S?
I don't know. Let's finish installing, and then I want to get into that. Okay. Let's finish the installation. Some sort of fucking organization around here, Big Daddy, because we get off track and nothing.
We get on tangents.
But people like it. They don't care. I'm trying to move this monitor over so I can see at least one of your eyes.
When I'm listening to serious. You guys joke around too much. I expect more professionalism out of professionals.
You Leos are not allowed to relax and have fun. You are supposed to be professional at all hours of the day and night.
You, sir, I am a pilot. I will not put up with these kind of shenanigans.
You two dorks.
Oh, once in a while we get...
That was a legit email that we got. I am a pilot.
I know.
We get once in a while, guys, here at Lab Media, we get some weird people that... Yeah, very few. We get so much support, like 90. Me and Matt actually can't believe, and Rick, how little weird emails we get. We get just like...
Yeah, you think we get a lot more, but it's just few and far between, but they're entertaining. So
some guy was a little uptight, some pilot guy. So
we were joking around too much. We needed to be more serious.
Little does he know,
his suggestion.
I'm a pilot too. So I'm a Part 107 certified FAA drone pilot, by the way. Thank you. No cheers, but it's actually a pretty tough test. I am a certified Part 107 drone pilot. I was pretty proud of that.
I do fly my red rocket every once in a while.
You definitely need a license for that shit. I'll tell you that right now, dude.
It's always in the shop, though. It needs jet repair.
Right, exactly. I agree, dude. Yeah. Oh, so let's talk about, so...
Installation's pretty straightforward. Their instructions are decent. No problem with their instructions, but
you won't need them anymore with our video.
Exactly. We'd made a video and you can just watch.
There was some things that with the instructions though that we even had to bounce off each other.
That's why I said decent. I said decent.
Yeah. Okay. You did say decent. You all right. Good.
They're better than Harley instructions. I'll tell you that.
True. Well, that's not hard to do. All you have to do is write in English and you can be better than Harley instructions. Geez. Yeah. Crazy. They weren't bad but still we walked through it and we mocked it all up before we ever did the video, like we always do, because it makes the video takes go quicker if we mock it up. Unlike Big Daddy, who likes to take things apart 10 times and make me do 10 takes and anything.
No
silence over there. I'm just messing with
He's
you.
He
When
gets
did
antsy.
we do it? I think the only time we did that was that one time on the exhaust.
No, the primary,
No.
bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that primary was
because
a
it
bear.
You took it off like 4 times.
Because he refused to look at the manual
It
and
wasn't
do
4 times.
It was at
It
least
was like
4.
twice.
It might have been 6.
Twice too many.
I watched you take it on and off several times.
Right. Oh, God. Because we get talking. You got to understand, if we were just doing projects in the garage, it'd be one thing. But when we're trying to film and do takes and people get off track because I make them redo it, and then it debuckles the whole thing. And then that's when we run into redoing things. Oftentimes you have to redo things for the take anyways, because I don't like the take. And Lurch experienced that a few times today, but you guys are such
Yeah,
good
like
sports.
get a hand in the way, or you want to take it from a different angle.
I don't think people realize how much, and I'm not just saying this, so I'm just not saying it, but the reality is they don't realize how much work goes in. They watch a video for 45 minutes or 30 minutes and they think, oh, well, it took them 45, 30 minutes. They don't realize on these handlebar jobs that would normally be a 4 to 5 hour job, maybe 6 if we're doing something really intricate, it takes us 12, 16 hours. And that's not including the video editing, the sound, all that. I mean,
Right.
I don't know that, I think our patrons know because we tell them, but most people, you don't be like, oh, well, why didn't you do the axle this way instead of that way? And why did you do this? And they don't realize that literally we've spent 14 hours. We're dog tired. We're trying to make a good product that looks visually, is visually stimulating
Right.
to where it encourages them to go out and do stuff on their own. And it does take a lot of work.
Which is why companies are coming to us, because they realize the power of our videos, and we appreciate that, and saying, hey, we want a piece of that and we want you guys to do a video for us. So we're excited about that. And don't forget, we got the chat going on, the live chat. We do have Power Chat going on straight up. If you guys don't know what Power Chat is, go to the very bottom, hit the little $sign. You can leave us a Power Chat, donate a certain amount if you want, if you like what you're hearing, and your chat, depending on what you donate, actually gets pinned to the top. It's a new thing from YouTube. A lot of creators are using it, and so I'm giving it a shot. Called a Super Chat. Pretty simple to use. All right, let's do this.
Hey, not to
Oh, go ahead. I'll wait.
not to sidetrack us. I just want to say this really quick because it's kind of a cool comment. Builderia is the name in the chat. He says, "You guys rock. Just had my fuel pack purchase from the Lab store delivered to Australia, $110 cheaper than what it could cost down under."
Nice. I'm looking at that comment.
I'm sorry, I had to throw that out there before it disappeared.
So
that's pretty cool.
Big Daddy Kane right here in the Law Abiding Biker studio. Absolutely 100% runs the Law Abiding Biker store. That is his sole mission, guys, and dealing with you guys, and of course the social media you guys see, but that's the man right there. And I'm telling you, Lab would not be as successful as it is if it weren't for him. Of course, Lurch over there, same thing. I'm giving them both props, but we're specifically talking about the store, lawabidingbiker.com/store. I'm telling you, if you want Vance and Hines stuff, you really need to go over there. He does the best he can for you guys, and he will communicate with you. And do it with me. The pretty face. The pretty face is behind what you're getting. You're not just giving it to some company. You're like, who even owns this company? Who is this that I'm ordering from online? You actually know that it's some hardworking guys trying to help bikers, and we're going to give you as good a prices and usually better than anywhere else you can do it online. If you don't see the Vance and Hines product listed in the store, we don't have them all listed, but we can get you anything. So
from any manufacturer,
go ahead.
too.
Yeah, take
any
it from
manufacturer. So if you've got a Goldwing or a Yamaha Royal Star or any of those other types of bikes, Kawasaki, doesn't matter. If you see something that you want, you just send me an email over to sales@lawabidingbiker.com, and I'll be more than happy to look up and do the pricing for you. In fact, I posted a kudos to our Facebook today. A guy called 2 days ago on our speak pipe.
Mm-hmm, yeah, right.
And he was having problems. He had hooked up his free wire in his S20 that he bought from us, and he was having a little bit of issue with, he said he had some crackling. So I said, hey, I'm on my way to go pick some stuff up. This was yesterday morning. I said, I didn't want to leave you hanging, but here's what I would do. Sync your S20 directly to your phone. If that works, then you know that, and pair it. If that works, great, and it's clear, then you know it's the free wire. And if it is the free wire, I want you to unpair it and repair it. And we have found that corrects some things so there's not interference. He sent me a text message directly today. saying, and it's posted on our Facebook, but basically, man, I'm with you guys. The text message I posted didn't post everything, but it basically said, thank you very much. It solved the problem. Thank you so much for your customer service. I'm going to be letting Cena know that how well this customer service was. And then
straight up, dude.
Other communications. Now I can't, I'm a busy guy, just like all you out in the audience are busy. I mean, I can't promise you that I'm going to get back to you within hours. It could take a day or two because emails are checked every couple days. Just like with orders, I ask for 24 to 72 hours for shipments, depending on if it's a weekend or holiday, et cetera. But most of the time people will tell you within 8 hours, I try to get it shipped. But understand, we're running this store, but we also have families and we also have full-time jobs.
Full-time paying jobs that feed our families. Yes.
And a lot of people, they'll ask us questions. And if we can answer them, we will in a second about installation or issues. But sometimes we just have to say, hey, it's a manufacturer issue. You got to contact Cena or you have to contact Benchmark to get this exchanged. That's one of the things when we came out with some of these products that are major manufacturers, if there's an issue with them months down the road, you have to go through them to get it done. But if it's something simple like that and you buy it, and if it's just a matter of us answering an email, but that guy actually called because he had bought that from us, and I wanted to get him taken care of ASAP, and it solved the issue. So that was very cool.
There you go. Right from Big Daddy. You guys will communicate, the face behind it and all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you, he does a phenomenal job down there. And just like that guy, I saw that email, and it was just love seeing stuff like that. Hey, Bikeaholics, feed your addiction. Patch Addict has badass embroidered patches for every passion, and the quality is unmistakable from this family-run company based out of Austin, Texas. More than 800 patches to choose from. These patches look great on vests, hats, gear bags, motorcycle covers, and more. A huge assortment of large back-size patches, plus military, Irish, religious, funny, patriotic, road sign patches, and more. That's right, they design their own patches, so they have dozens of exclusive patches that you won't find anywhere else. Head over to lawabidingbikers.com/patch addict. You'll get free shipping on every order over $25, plus 15% off when you use coupon code LAB15. That's LAB15. All right, so that's pretty cool, is that comment. I love it. Purchased from the Lab store from Australia. Amazing. Even with shipping, because, it's crazy. All right, cool. So let's get back into this, and that is the LED lighting. So again, I put the product description. So some questions is how much does it cost? And so when you're looking at again, this is high quality. You can find, if you want to go to Amazon and you want to buy cheap shit from where you don't know where it comes from, then by all means, go for it, because you'll get exactly what you pay for. It won't be as bright. It won't be weather sealed. It will not last. It will fall off. It will not stick properly, and everything in between. So go ahead. I know that you can get cheap non-name stuff out there, but I'm telling you, now that we've dealt with this stuff, it's worth every penny, because although the project is not extremely overly complicated, it is time consuming, and it's not something that Lurch wants to go back next year because he has a strip not working because he bought cheap Amazon frickin' some Asian factory, unknown Asian factory, from some cheap lighting. So fair to say?
Fair.
Anything?
No, that's it.
Oh my God!
We already talked about it earlier. It's good quality stuff. The LED strips are weatherproof,
right?
And
$219.
They go from $219 to $289. $219 is if you don't get the Bluetooth. If you get the Bluetooth model, then it's $289.
Oh, yeah, really? Why didn't I do that? Okay, is that an option in here when I click on it?
Yeah, now hit that drop down arrow.
Oh, with rotary control.
Yeah, so go scrolling down, and if you click Bluetooth, it'll change the price.
Oh, yeah, just like our store, Big Daddy.
So $289 is the top price. If you want the Bluetooth and you want the rotary combined. And then in there, like I said, you can buy extra splitters and extra length adapters if you need them. And then the front, or what are they called? The Fork Illuminators. Fork Mounted Illuminators. What's the price on those? Can you go back?
Oh,
to them?
yeah.
It was like $109 or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it was $109.
Yeah.
So, shocking. Fork Mount Illuminators, $109.95.
Yeah, so you could be in 3 to 4 bills.
Look at those multicolor LED dash accent.
Yeah, we haven't even done those. There's a lot of other
my
stuff
God,
that we're
that
not
was
even
cool.
talking about.
Yeah, we're just doing the front fork or the front. There's only forks in the front, so I don't know why I keep saying that, but
Call Buddy over there.
Fork Mounted Illuminators and the shock and awe is what we put on there, but you can also do dash LEDs and you can do some speaker LED accent.
And these
around
can
your
all
chrome,
be
around your
added
lights.
onto this kit. The shock
Right.
and awe kit. Let's call the shock and awe kit the
It's
foundation.
the base, yeah.
It's the base. And then from the shock and awe kit, you can add the multicolor LED speaker accents, chrome multicolor LED dash accent chrome, and fork mounted.
And with that said, there's a
illuminators.
little caveat to that because you can buy the controller separate. So if you want to do just the fork mounted illuminators, or if you want to do the speaker illumination or the dash illumination, you can do that without the shock and awe.
Correct. Okay,
you
thank
can
you.
buy the
Thank
controller separate. And I think
Fair.
I'm going to say it was like $89 or something. You'd have to look it up, but you can buy the controller separate and just have the dash lights.
$49.95
Oh,
for
wow,
the
much
shock
cheaper.
and awe encoder.
Yeah, so $50 for that, and then you can
It's
buy.
an encoder, Lurch.
Sure,
It's not a fucking dial. It's an
I called
encoder.
it a controller, didn't I?
All right. I'm just
Not an
messing with you. Dude. It's an
encoder, but-
encoder.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can actually just do the dash lights or the LED speaker accent lights, but you do need the encoder. But hey, if you're going to buy the shock and awe, you've got the foundation where you got all the lights around the motor. Then you can definitely branch off from that and do all the other stuff with it as well.
Right. Good call. And I'm glad you mentioned that because I had forgotten that technically I would start with the shock and awe kit. And then if you have the dollars, if you got the Benjamins, well then hell yeah, add the fork mounted or the dash accent or all that. But I think a good base start is, and again, later you can always add this stuff if you need some, if you're working and you need some extra Benjamins, you can always add the fork stuff later.
Yeah,
right?
I think the coolest part of it, this whole thing
Yes.
is the shock and awe, and then secondly, the fork mounted illuminators, the dash accents and the speaker accents. I mean, they're neat, but your dash is already illuminated, so unless you wanted to change colors, not that big a deal. I mean, those are definitely things you can add on later, but I think the base of it, like you said, is the shock and awe, which lights up the motor. And then if you want to add a little flair to it, you can put those fork mounted illuminators. So those, to me, are the coolest parts of that kit.
Right.
Those options anyways.
Well frickin' said, dude. And you know what, Lurch? We love our patrons. We got a lot of patrons in the live chat here. Shout out Canada, Jesse Benson. I'm in Canada too, guys, but the other coast, Vancouver Island, BC, raining here. Sorry to hear it's raining, but you know what? We are coming up to Canada this year, late June 2017. For all the details, you got to get in the private patron-only Facebook group, lawabidingbiker.com/patron, Patreon. That's right. Pledge a certain amount per piece of content. You can put a cap on it, a monthly cap, right? So there's no risk. Ain't
That's
that
right.
Lurch? And we love our patrons, but we also never, ever balk at a flat donation, do we, Big Daddy?
Not at
Do we
all.
balk? I think you ought to, one of y'all ought to thank these people that left flat donations, lawabidingbiker.com/donate.
We have Ed Staff of Milford, New Hampshire, Michael Johnson of Chillicothe, Ohio, and he donated after asking a question about handlebar installs on our contact form. So thank you for making that donation, for asking the question and us helping you out. And then we got Paul Ginta of Location Unknown.
How about those others?
Oh, did I miss those? I did, didn't I?
Do it in your Irish/Scottish
I
accent.
can't. I
It
haven't.
goes with the music.
I haven't had enough whiskey to do that yet. We've got Neville McKay of Auckland, New Zealand. He made a substantial donation. Vincent Boyst of Claremont, Florida, and Ronald Sheely he made a substantial donation.
Sheely.
And I've seen that name before, so thank you, Ronald. Appreciate your donations.
God bless each and every one of you for keeping it going right here. Putting a little fuel in the law-abiding biker gas tank so we can keep this thing
Moving on down the road.
sweet. All right, so here we go. Let's finish this up. So why don't you talk about the app real quick? Is there anything else on installation? I mean, we're going to show you. We did a video on it, but we wanted to talk about
We
it.
didn't really talk about the fork mounted illuminators. Basically, your front fender's held
Oh,
on
yeah,
by
thanks.
4 bolts, 2 on each side. And just to make it easier and keep the fender in place, you take 1 bolt out at a time and put in the new bolts. The fender has a welded nut on it on the inside of the fender. So all you do is you back out the stock bolt, put in a new one, torque it down to the right specs. And what it does is it's about a 1/2 inch longer than the stock one. So it sticks out inside your fender. Does that make sense on the
Yep,
inside?
totally.
Okay. Now your Fork Mounted Illuminator mounts on that bolt on the inside. So you slide a washer on.
It's a little horseshoe shaped.
Yeah, it's kind of, you're right. Yeah, it is horseshoe shaped. So you slide that, some washers on, you slide that on, some more washers and nuts, and then you tighten the nuts down, and that's how it mounts inside there. And again, if you check out our installation video, it'll show you how to do it. So you mount those, and then you have to run the wires up. You zip tie them along your brake lines up into the fork, and then connect it into the kit. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. The installation itself is not bad. Anybody
with
can
the
do
video, it'll make it. You can do it in your sleep once we release our video.
Once you see the video, you can do it. You can do it on the kickstand. We have a lift. It's nice to be able to lift it up and down. You can do it on the kickstand if you want.
It would be a pain in the ass.
It's a little bit harder.
But you can do it.
It's not impossible. Just you got to get down your knees.
You just got to be young like Big Daddy Kane over there, where you can do work on the floor. There's a lot of projects you can do on the kickstand. This is one that it definitely helped to have it up because you're up underneath the tank. But you could do. We worked for years on bikes on the kickstand. We were just young and we could actually get off the floor after we got on the floor. Now, Lurch would get down and then I'd have to call. He hit his medical alert bracelet.
That's right.
And we'd have to call
and I can't get
fire department to frickin' get his ass up. We'd have to call
Grandpa.
We'd have to call the real heroes, right?
Oh yes,
right.
Yeah, God created police officers so firemen could have heroes.
Yeah.
Would you click on that Fork Mounted Illuminators? There's a question in the chat about is it the same for same? Let me see what the question was. Are they the same front fender bracket for Softail, Dyna, Sportster, etc.? So would you hit that? I'm not.
What do you want me to hit?
That right there.
Hit it. Fork Mounted Illuminators.
Yeah, click it. See if you got some different options or what it tells you. No.
Zero
okay.
options.
Go to fitment.
Yeah, okay. Go down to
my Dyna Y Glide and my
I think
that I had in the past and my Dyna Lowrider S are all the same. Though they haven't changed the front fender mounting for years.
I'm almost certain, but hit the fitment. Just scroll down, hit fitment just for sure. The
2000 and up.
There you go.
FL Harley-Davidson touring models.
So I can't guarantee it would fit. You know what we should do is get your couple of your other bikes out and take a look at them and see if they're different. We'll have to answer that question later because I think that they are the same, most likely, but not 100. I can't guarantee it.
Well, it depends. I mean, on the Wide Glide has the wide front end, and then the lowriders have the narrow glide front, and some of the Softails have the narrow glide. So it might be set up to take that wider front end from the FLHs and stuff.
You like a wider rear end is what I heard.
That is true.
Big Daddy likes the wide rear ends, dude.
But I'm actually more like the big bumpers in the front more than the wide rear.
You like? Oh.
So as long as the
Lurch is just like whatever.
No, whatever. So as long as the spacing between the nuts or the screws are the same, it shouldn't matter. And as long as you have enough room in the wheel well. So hard to say. They just say it fits 2000 up touring models.
Right.
He said spacing between the nuts.
Lurch is trying to be serious over here.
You, sir, should be professional.
Big Daddy likes the wide rear ends.
I've never even heard this.
Straight up Big Daddy right here.
No.
He likes it wide.
I like it wide.
He likes some junk in the trunk.
I'm not so sure about this type of music, but to each their own.
Lurch, I got off track here. You just said something really probably smart. You're going to have to repeat it because I got off track. All right, this is ridiculous. Repeat what you said.
It just depends on the
right. We're talking about the fender.
Yeah, just
before I got all immature.
Between the nuts.
No, it's spacing. The spacing between the
nuts. It
nuts.
depends on the spacing between the nuts and bolts. It also depends on how much room's inside that fender there, whether or not adding that's going to get in the way of the wheel. So
right. That's a good question, though. We can't. Basically, what we're saying is we can't answer that right now.
We know that it fits according to their site, 2000 and up touring models.
Need to make sure there's enough room around the nuts that you can maneuver around it and be comfortable.
Right.
But I'll tell you one thing you
going
could.
Nowhere like usual.
I'll tell you one thing you could do.
Yeah, what could you do? Bust a nut?
You can just buy some extensions and some extra lights and just stick them inside the fender if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah. Instead of the actual horseshoe shaped.
Yeah.
The one fork.
Or mount it. Or you can actually take them down and stick it to the inside of the
fork legs. Yeah.
Stick it inside the fork legs.
Good. This is a good discussion. I love this stuff. This is what I'm talking about. So yeah, you could grab LED pod, which are the short ones. The LED strips are the long ones. Little 3-inch strip, and you could literally. You're right. Put those right inside, mounted
the
vertically.
Longest song ever.
It's not bad.
Oh, Lord.
Straight up.
Knock it out, yo.
Matt and I are sitting here. We're country boys. We're not used to all this.
Oh, yeah. Want you back
I
that ass up?
motherfucker, want you back that ass
Here
up.
we go. Straight up, dude. Our live.
Hey, your nickname's right there in the song. Call me Big Daddy when you back that ass up.
That's right. They all call me Big Daddy. Oh, yeah, it's your nickname. It's Big Daddy. All right. Anyways, you want me to stop it?
Yes.
Come on, Big Daddy. Feel it. Come on. Move. White man can dance, dude. Move. Move your shoulders or something. See?
Dear
If you just move
followers,
your shoulders,
I'm not
dude.
feeling it.
You just move your shoulders, you're golden, dude. All right.
Hit it like a drummer
Oh,
chick.
yeah. You know what's coming. See, Lurch knows my song. Lurch knows my song. The Hoodie Rat.
Now, Hood Rat might be fun, at least for a few hours.
Here it comes, Lurch. You going to do it for me?
I don't think so.
You're immature and you should not be relaxing and having fun, by the way.
When it comes to songs of this genre, the only one that I know and that really matters is the only song, the world famous song,
Electric
produced,
Butts?
sung by me and Jake Church. That's the only rap song that
Back
I
in
know.
the day, Two Live Crew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
It was a little sassy little tune that.
What do we got going on in chat here? You get what you pay for. Yeah, Chas Mucker said that. You're right. You absolutely do. So let's. We're doing good, but we need to get going. Let's talk about that. I like that idea though. Before we had fun and relaxed, unlike we should be professional all the time. And I'm sorry we were unprofessional. Yeah, you're right. You could just. I didn't even think about that till on this podcast. Is you could just get another little pod and strip and put it right on the fork. It's not a bad idea. Now I will tell you. That would have been great to have that question before because we could have actually went over and fitted it. But we're going to get more of these kits. I guarantee it. I'm stoked and sold on this kit now that I've seen it. Guarantee we're going to put it on my Street Glide Special. We're also going to put it on the Dyna Lowrider S. I really am sold on it. And I've never been, I just never did it. I always wanted LEDs, but I don't trust some of them. And now that I've done this and I trust it and that it's good, I have no problem putting this on my bike. So at that time, that'll be a good fit test, right? Especially if we just order it. And if it doesn't fit, we can just order some pods. We'll order a bunch because we're going to put it on multiple bikes. Anyways, any follow-up on that? You know what I'm talking about? Whether that fits in the fender or not. If not, we can just do the strips, right?
Yeah.
We can order both just to have them.
Yeah, we can order
We'll
some
just tell Ciro. Ciro will send it to us because we're going to put it on multiple bikes. Can you hook that up, Big Daddy? Just tell Ciro that we need a couple more.
Come Monday.
Because people ask us about it all the time, and every event we're at, we're just going to tell them anyways where
So you're
it came
looking
from.
for 2 more shotgun 2 more front mounted
Fork Illuminators.
illuminators.
And some extra pods.
And then you need
4 more.
4 extra pods.
4 more LED pods.
We'll tell you what you need.
Yeah, sweet.
This will be a good thing though, because think about, they're selling it as a kit for a specific bike, but if we can take this kit and customize it and make it work to a lowrider or a wide glide or anything like that, just think about it. Really opens things up because they may not sell the entire kit, but if we're able to explain that you can take this kit and we did this and it was successful, and as long as it's safe, because obviously we want to put something on that is safe for the rider,
right? And
if we trust it, then that would be good. But yeah, you're right. This could open up a whole nother series of bikes for Ciro 3D, so that would be pretty cool.
Yes. Well said. Talk about the app as we continue on here with our content. Don't forget we got Super Chat going on. I'll monitor that. Go Lurch.
So the shotgun set that we got from Ciro is the Bluetooth enabled one. It's a few more shekels. It's about 70 more bucks, but totally worth it because we've got it directly wired to the battery. As I mentioned before, you can be sitting in your local watering hole and maybe some hot Chiquita was walking by your bike or taking a look at it. You can just flip that thing on and really impress her. And make those panties drop.
He's a pimp, by the way. You didn't hear the opening, Rick, about Pimp Daddy. He's got pimp in his eyes because he feels like a pimp with these lights, dude. It completely changes his personality. He's
I can't wait.
He's going to slap his hoe on the back and stuff, dude.
I want him to take the encoder, and as the music plays, he can scratch it like a turntable and get it to do different colors and different lighting designs.
Yeah, you can do everything and more with the app that you can do from the encoder.
What about the Switch? Why don't you just get the encoder? Why would you get the app?
Well, like I said, so you can turn it on and off from a distance. You can really vary the colors there. Whereas if you're using the encoder, the button and dial, if you will, you can choose 21 different colors. But on the app, you can change contrast.
Choose which 21 colors those are, can't you?
Yeah. Well,
you can do custom.
Exactly.
Right.
Of those 21 colors, you can adjust the contrast and even change that blue from a really dark blue to a light blue. So from the app, you have a lot more flexibility, and you can do some different things with it, and you can program it differently.
Yes, you can do advanced functioning.
You can get into advanced. Like right now, it has a
and you can do
setting that flashes red and blue, but I can go in and change it to like red, white, and blue. I can change
so red, white, and blue.
America.
Dude. Yeah.
So you in the advanced settings, you can go in and change it. If you don't get the app, you just get to use what they've got programmed in there. But with the app, then you can get in and do a lot of different stuff and make it a lot more custom and unique.
Right. And the way I understood it, Lurch, is you could go in that app. We're going to do this in our video too, guys. Don't worry. We're going to do a full deal on it as far as running the app. It's actually at the end of our install video. And we'll give you guys a good idea of what you can and can't do with that app. Now, the way I understand it is in those advanced settings, we're going to play with it after this podcast, actually, or after the next one. We'll figure it out what we're going to do there. But yeah, you can do some advanced settings where you can actually set loops, right. I think, where you can have it do multiple functions, and then you can save. There's folders, and you can actually save that loop. And then once you save that loop, you could literally go into your app and you could park it at an event, and it would run that loop, an infinite loop of the changing colors and then flashing and then breathing. And am I correct on that?
Mm-hmm.
It's science.
Right.
We're bringing science to the people, Ryan.
Yes.
Do you realize that?
That's what we try to do.
Technology and science.
It is pretty cool, the app, I have to say. I think it was pretty cool just playing with it. Anything else, Lurch?
I think it's definitely worth the 70 extra bucks to have that function.
Right. I agree. All right. So, and we'll show you in the video on that. So why don't you talk about laws as far as that goes?
Okay.
Let's talk about laws a little bit.
We can talk about Washington because that's the state that we work in and the laws that we need to know. So what we'll say ahead of time is you need to check your local state and city laws before you start using this thing as you're going down the road. The laws that are in Washington now, the RCWs, the Revised Codes of Washington, or the WACs, which are the Washington Administrative Codes, dictate what you can and cannot use while you're going down the road. The laws that we currently have in Washington are a bit outdated, and they say that you cannot use neon lighting while you're going down the road. So technically, there's maybe a little loophole because these are LED lights, but I don't know that I don't plan on using them going down the road because I think that it's the spirit of the law is that you're not supposed to have these type of lights on while you're going down the road.
And it can be distracting.
It can be distracting, especially if they're flashing or doing weird things. I mean, you can have certain, you can have marker lights and those types of stuff on certain vehicles, but my suggestion is on the motorcycle, I would not be using them going down the road. In Washington, you cannot use blue lights. Only law enforcement's allowed to have blue lights, so I couldn't have the blue lights on and flashing going down the road. So
I would go down the road with red, white, and blue, dude. That's what I do. And over your boombox system, dude, over your stage 2, as I would just fucking blast this, dude. What do you think? And red, white, and blue, and just strobe them, dude. Just straight up strobe them, dude. And in your pimp cape and your pimp hat and a cane, dude, with your hoe on the back, dude, and I just slap her with a cane real quick.
By hoe, does he mean like the actual thing that you use to like mix concrete and stuff? Because I'm unfamiliar with these dirty terms.
Yeah, I told him earlier that I don't support such violence.
I don't understand these dirty terms that Ryan. He's been doing some serious research on these names and stuff for bad things.
I'm a dirty man. All right. So good call.
Yeah. So I would say you use them in a parking lot. Right. Use them when you're stopped. Use them on private property. Use them if you're in a parade.
That's fair in all states is like private property, and that's mostly when guys use them that I see parked at a biker. LED, is that going to run your battery dead? What are we talking about here, guys?
They draw such a minimal amount of electricity they shouldn't be able to draw your bike down. We'll have to test them and see how long you can leave them on, but I think you leave them on for quite a while.
Yep. Yeah, I know just the LED light bulb. I switched all my light bulbs, and I leave them on all the time on a couple of the outdoor lights, and power bill went up like $2 a month, and that's just a standard bulb. So these things draw even less draw of electricity, I would assume. So
right. I think you're fair. Which is cool about LED lighting is you can park it at an event, and like Lurch says, parades, because there's special permits. Just like in some parades in some states, you don't have to wear helmets if it's a true parade and things like that. There are
rallies, maybe if it's in a closed off area.
Right. I wish I could give you a good answer, people, because I know it was a question in the live chat.
Our suggestion, I'd say my suggestion, really I think you'd agree is, and I wouldn't be turning them on going down the road. You're going to draw some unwanted attention.
And here's the deal. One thing I thought about right now, Lurch, is, whether it's legal or not, let's just get out of the legality of running LED lights running down the road. The problem is the reason a lot of the laws are made with the legislatures in different states, I'll tell you why, is because they don't want multiple, it's dangerous riding a bike. It's dangerous riding a bike at night, let alone just riding a bike during the day. And what happens is people are accustomed, and people in cages are accustomed to seeing specific type of lights coming at them, whether that's headlight, amber in the front. You can only have red in the back, red or amber in the back in most states. I think that's federal. So people are very accustomed, and that's people with 20/20 vision. Now you take all the crazies that are driving out there with glasses and driving that are elderly that maybe shouldn't, I'm not talking bad about the elderly, but maybe shouldn't be driving, and or a drunk driver, and you throw something at them coming at you head on that they are not accustomed to. It can definitely, we've all been in rain and we've seen things that we didn't see. You know what I mean? And you're like, and the rain's glossing off the road or another car, and you're really putting yourself at risk, which is why I necessarily wouldn't run them going down the road. You're putting yourself at some risks of freaking cars out, and we don't need to do that on motorcycles at all. We don't need to be freaking people out. So regardless of what your laws are, Lurch is right. Here in Washington State, I think the law is going to catch up right now. What we could find, Washington Administrative Code 204-21230. It very specifically talks about aftermarket. Some states call it underglow lighting. We don't use that terminology here in Washington State. There are a lot of states with underglow lighting standards, but this one basically says it does very specific to neon lighting. Mm-hmm. Again, me and Lurch had this debate whether somebody could tell whether it was neon underlighting or LED underlighting. I don't think most people are trained enough to know it's lighting. Lurch says you can tell the difference, but I don't think most people can. That's just my argument. Regardless, it's specific, but I think our laws just haven't caught up. I think that the WACs will catch up, the Washington Administrative Code, to LED lighting, because when these laws came out, it was mostly neon lighting that we were dealing with in Washington State, around license plates and underglow lighting and all that kind of stuff. But it varies so heavily from state to state. I wished I could tell you, but just forget the laws. There's also a RCW on it. And let's see, this is actually this is just a form, but it talks about the same thing. So at the end of the day, you're the one that's at risk. Coming up behind somebody in a rearview mirror with flashing lights is probably, whether it's red or blue. Did you talk about that? I was chatting. Did you talk about red and blue?
Well, I mentioned in Washington State, the only law enforcement can have blue. So if you've got the blue flashing, you're going to be in violation. Some states, like I was just down in Texas, I saw it on construction vehicles and whatnot. They had blue, which was really weird to see. But I also don't think
only have amber here on construction vehicles. Yeah,
and down there maybe they don't have unmarked police cars where we do up here. So only law enforcement can have blue. Volunteer firefighters can use green. So we do, depending on your state, you have different laws. And there are specific things about what colors you can have. You can only have amber to the front, and you can have amber red to the rear, and then you can have amber marker lights on the sides. So if you're going down the road with this thing, it's got 21 different colors, and then you go in and change the contrast of those colors.
And flash it.
More than likely, you're going to be using a color that's not allowed anyway, so don't use them going down the road for, as you mentioned, your own safety, because you don't want to draw attention to yourself and have somebody be gawking at your bike and maybe
Drunks do that.
Yeah.
Drunks hit
they're
police
attracted to it.
all the time. They're
It's like
attracted to
moths
flashing
a
lights.
flame.
That brings up a good point
Yeah.
that I was going to say is how many times have we been at a stop and our red and blue lights on? It's like moss to a flame.
Yeah.
I've seen people driving straight down the roadway and you'll be getting ready to go to your car. You wait and they see the lights and they just start drifting towards them.
Right.
So, I mean,
Yep.
why would you want
And
to
they
draw
get hit
that
all
to
the
you
time.
if you're on the bike and you're like,
It's unfortunate there's many law enforcement officers killed by drunks because they're like moth to a light, like you say, and they just focus in on the red and blue light. So we're on motorcycles, guys. Do whatever you want. Figure out your own state laws. My practice is mostly going to be that if I get them on my bike, which I plan on, is using them on a private property for parades, when I'm parked at events, things like that is mostly when I
too.
think. Yeah, and Lurch too.
be kind of cool doing a burnout in a driveway with the lights on and the smoke.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what they're for right
Yeah.
there, dude. Hell yeah.
I will turn them on as I pull onto your private road out here as I'm pulling up to your house. Mm-hmm. Just because I can.
Just because you can, and we're going to film some of that.
That's
It's gonna
right.
be pretty badass. I'll tell you that right now. So let's, as we wrap it up. So anything else you want to say? Oh, I want to say we already talked about price. We talked about the laws.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I like these so much, guys. I already told Lurch that I'm stoked, and we talked about it right here live, that I want 2 sets. One for the Dyna Lowrider S and one for the Street Glide Special. We have a Dyna Lowrider S right now because we're doing some projects on it. We hope we have it for a while, but we want to get some lights on it because people are gonna ask us where we got them anyways. We go to a lot of biker events. Somebody asked me in here. You don't even have chat on, do you, Big Daddy?
no.
Good job.
No chat.
Way to go.
No technology.
Way to go. Way to be prepared. There's 2 people talking about different
Tires.
exhaust, but somebody asked, are you going to be at the Hogs and Dogs in Richland or Kennewick? I forget who it was. There's so many comments here, but no, I told him we're likely going to be working on a lab video like we usually are. We can't, unfortunately, go to a lot of those events because we're busy filming for you, and we're busy out. Like last weekend, I had Big Daddy out doing massive drone shots. I needed to get drone shots for our Santa Calvary helmet review video, which I have 90% done. I'm hoping I'll have it out in a week or 2.
What are we doing next weekend? Oh yeah, Big Daddy's getting ticklish and happy and all
That's
kinds
right,
of fun stuff.
dude. Well, we got a whole bunch of products given to us, and we are putting, like I mentioned, and we're going to put Big Daddy. Yeah, we are working on your bike next weekend.
Yep, Chola's
Remind
got a
me-
little bit of a facelift.
Before we talk about that, Matt, you have something?
Yeah, we've had a few questions on this if we're going to go live later on tonight. We may not. Just depends on the filming.
We probably will go live, but I don't know.
know if we can give you an exact time.
We can't give you an exact time, but that's why you guys want to make sure on our YouTube channel, when you subscribe, there's a little bell. When you go over to the little bell by the subscribe button, you can push on the little bell, and on that little bell, there's a box you can check that says notify me of all I forget what, let me actually go to our YouTube channel so I'm saying this right. Let's go to YouTube, Lab YouTube. All right, there it is. So I can explain this right. And that's why we tell you guys, make sure, because I won't even put this. We went live this morning. We did a YouTube live this morning, an 11-minute video on the lighting and all that. So when you go to the subscribe, there's a little gear icon. And actually, I need to go. Anyways, I'm already subscribed, but there's a little bell, and you push on the little bell, and that brings up a thing where you can check a box that says notify me of content or new videos. And then you'll get an alert right on your smartphone. When you check that little box and you hit OK, it's a little bell. Look for the little bell icon right next to the subscribe, and you will be notified that way anytime we go live, because we don't announce a lot of stuff. Regular podcasts we do. So what I'm going to try tonight is with an iPhone. We're doing streaming video software and stuff, and I want to see, now that they have it for mobile platform, I want to see if I can just put my phone over there and give you guys a shot, which frees up resources over here for me, and I don't have to do this whole mess of delay and because I have to mess with settings so we don't get a delay. We'll try that. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I'll be feeding the mixer into it, and I think I got it figured out. So we're doing good on time. So we're about an hour and a half. So, all right, Lurch, did you have anything else on that? We may go live, hopefully 9:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time is what I'm thinking. But hit the little bell on the YouTube channel. And so we tried out Super Chat, dude. I don't know if everybody's seeing Super Chat.
She's a super chat.
Yeah.
Super chat.
Little super chat at the bottom.
chatty.
Nobody wanted their comments pinned, I guess. I guess so. I figured we'd try it. I hope it's working out for everybody. I hope you guys can see that. Don't feel obligated. Somebody tell us if you can see the little, in the chat, if you can see the little super chat, it's a little money sign at the bottom. And just see it. Let me know if you can see it.
I'm logged into my personal account and I can see it.
And you can see it. So I'm just making sure they can see it.
Yep.
It's a new thing for us that we're trying. So that's the only reason I'm keying on it this episode is I want to make sure that it's working because it was something that I had to do. So, all right. Yeah, Eastern Standard, 3-hour difference. So anything else do you guys want to tie up on Ciro LED lighting? They are sponsoring us. It's awesome stuff. And
yeah, did you play the mid-roll already?
Yeah, we did.
That?
No. And good question.
I'll pop them in
I only
later.
did Patch Addict. The reason I took them out of this one, it's because a whole damn episode's on Ciro 3D.
All right.
So I figured,
But you
think
did
that's
mention
legit.
that they're available at most Harley-Davidsons.
Go ahead. You mention it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Finish
That's
up.
one of the big things is these are, you can order directly from their site like John did and deal with them directly. And he was very
Is that
impressed
what he
with
did?
their customer
John Holland?
service. Yeah. But you can get them at most Harley-Davidson dealerships too. So this isn't something that you have to go on the internet to buy. If you want to go check it out, go to your local Harley dealer if they have it, or small shop, any drag specialties or any of the other small shops that order from them, they can get them for you. But you can get if they got them in stock, get your hands on them and take a look at them and see what we're talking about when we're talking about the quality.
Right. So actually, when I go off, we'll stay on the live chat when we finish the podcast because some people say they can't see the super chat on iPad or iPhone, which is interesting. I'll get on my iPhone here in a minute. Do you have an iPhone with you?
It's down on my bike.
Okay, that's fine.
I forgot to bring it up.
I'll try to go to our live chat on the iPhone as we wrap up here, Matt, and see if you can see a super chat. Go to our live YouTube. It's interesting. I saw it this morning when we were doing a live chat, so I definitely need to know that. We're testing. I see it. Edward Lake says I see it. Great. Thanks, Edward. With that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. We're going to stay on live just for a minute while we're testing this, but yeah. Anything else you want to throw out there, Lurch or Big Daddy? Otherwise, we got to get some dinner, and then we got to go film at dusk of these LED lights for our YouTube video. And then after that, hopefully we'll be back on, and we'll try the live with the iPhone instead of the streaming software and stuff like that. So it's been awesome, guys. We really, really appreciate you being in the old live chat there and watching live and all that kind of stuff, guys. Great. Don't forget, guys, call to action, Biker Gripper. If you need a cell phone or GPS motorcycle mounting solution, get the Biker Gripper. It is the sexiest, sleekest, strongest cell phone and GPS motorcycle mount on the market. Use it to mount your cell phone, GPS devices, radar detectors, EFI tuners, toll transponders, and so much more. Tried and tested right here by the law-abiding biker crew. We believe in it so much, we stamped our very own logo on it.
Mushroom stamped it.
Mushroom stamped. Available exclusively from Big Daddy in the Law-Abiding Biker store. Choose from several different models. Black, chrome, control, pivot mount. Lawabidingbiker.com/biker gripper. Big Daddy Kane sitting right here in the studio, ready to serve you and get it shipping your way. I guarantee he's got shelves of them down there, guys. That's right. Don't forget, Law-Abiding Biker Podcast hotline phone number 509-731-3548, or leave an internet voicemail from your computer microphone anywhere in the world for free. lawabidingbiker.com/voicemail. That is right. Big Daddy, what do you think about all this?
Love it.
That's right, guys. If you can't support us financially right now, we understand everybody's in a different situation. At least go into iTunes, lawabidingbiker.com/iTunes, and give us a 5-star rating. We'd really, really appreciate with some comments, or /Stitcher Radio, or anywhere that you're listening, any podcast catcher app. We'd appreciate you giving us some nice feedback about how pretty Big Daddy Kane is. Look at that face. Face made for radio. That's right. You know the face right there, guys. All right. We hope you're well. We appreciate all the support. We definitely hope you are out there getting some freaking riding in. If you're not working on your bike, you better be freaking riding at least. Lurch.
We're out like a trout.
Attaboy.